Good evening, everyone. So, today I'm going to talk about how you can actually resolve the factor that people are troubling you, or torturing you, or tormenting you, and how you can actually invite kindness and compassion into your life. Today, I'm also going to talk about karma from the radical perspective. So, we invite harshness and harsh treatment from others around us, and it starts from a very early childhood. Parents are very, very harsh with children in the name of love, because they think that only this way we're going to grow tough and rough. But it's not always because of love. Sometimes adults also take out. Can you hear me now? Yes. So sometimes we can also do it out of, not because of love. So parents, especially when they come back, from their office or from outside, and somebody has been harsh with them, they're irritated, they're angry, they're frustrated, and they spill that out onto their children, because children are easy targets, and you could be one of them, right? Now what happens is that this harshness continues even when we go to school. So you could be bullied by children, by senior students. You could be scolded by your teachers, by your caretakers. You could be condemned and verbally abused, and all in the name of discipline you. So we are doing it to discipline you, and somewhere it is out of love, is what the adults feel. But you don't realize that the children get used to this harshness. For them, it becomes a belief and becomes the norm that this is how people treat us. And then this belief, they keep on manifesting as they grow big. And they can attract this at workplace, from their relatives. And it's never ending. So imagine all of this negative feeling that has come to you because of what people have done to you. You generate that bitterness and you save it and you store it somewhere in your heart and mind. And the day you cannot contain it anymore, what do? It just spills out on people around you who are easy targets, who are soft, who are vulnerable. So that's why if you look at it, it's like people in offices actually keep soft toys, and they keep those punching bags, so that people can just take out all their anger and frustration, and not then verbally and physically violate other people, or housewives for that matter. They take out their frustration in the kitchen. So all of you now know how they would be doing that. It could be dishes or burnt food. Could be so many things. Or children take out their anger and that bitterness on their toys. They break them. And what do youngsters do? They are very severe on themselves. They starve themselves. They go through excessive diet. They're extreme to their bodies. And this is like a cascading effect, and you bear this brunt for a very long time. So you need to ask yourself, till when are you going to let this raw deal happen to you? When will you invite kindness and compassion into your life? So you have been tortured, you have been troubled, you have been harassed by people, and you blame them for all that you're going through. Understandable. But I want to ask you two questions, and I want you to answer and tell me that why is it that you somewhere are getting this raw deal and not people around you? Why is it that you attract revengeful and punitive action from others and others do not? Why only you? And do you know the answer? Can anyone guess why it is you and no one else? The answer is guilt. Because we harbor guilt at the conscious level or at the subconscious level, that we are creating this whole loop for us. Now, guilts are 4 kinds of guilts that we harbor somewhere. And the first is the guilt of doing something wrong. And that we are consciously aware. So there could be infidelity, you could be unfaithful, you could be betraying someone, backstabbing someone. So you're consciously aware of what you've done wrong, and there is a guilt for that somewhere at the subconscious level. Many feel it, many don't feel it. The second kind of guilt is when you do not do something that you were actually meant to do. For example, you had committed to your father that you will take over his family business, and for some reason you could not. But that guilt is there somewhere. The third is the past life guilt that we carry in this lifetime, which I'm going to discuss in some time because it's a little deeper subject. And the fourth is when somewhere you know that at some level there is a knowingness of your soul level commitment, and if there is a knowingness that you have not somewhere fulfilled that commitment, and then there is a guilt. And this guilt is at a very, very deep subconscious level, and you're not aware till we have worked with students through certain techniques and kind of decoded the reason for all the suffering in your life. Now when we go through all this guilt, what is the next step that happens? We have a need to punish ourselves. Because of all the unknown and known guilts, we have a need to punish ourselves for that. And how will you punish yourself? You will obviously invite people to behave in a manner which is severe, which is torturous to you, which is troublesome to you, so that you feel punished, because somewhere deep down at the subconscious level, it is your need to feel and be punished. And people then do that to you. And this game continues, because when they do it to you, you generate a lot of bitterness and then you spill it out on someone else. And you get caught up in this loop. And what is interesting is, instead of now understanding this game that you only are playing, and instead of decoding this game and somewhere rising above and transcending this game, what we do is, we have, not knowingly, but we have this excuse of karma. We suffer, why? Because of our karma. It's somewhere easier and simpler also. Because the people who are suffering, they are not criminals, they are not offenders. They have not even hurt anybody so gravely. It's just that they suffer and they contain and they're silent and they contain that suffering within themselves till it gets very difficult for them. And then they can't even understand that without having done anything so grave, why are they suffering so much? And the only way they can understand is karma. And it ends there for all of us.